I'ma put it to work, and I'ma gauge my progress by the sign of the word. Now I ain't yet a success, but yes, the word that I stress. Cause by the time you hear the CD, count the steps that I've left. I'm passing all of you rappers, it's just a matter of time.
This morning,
off the floor when
hopped
you
out of
admire
bed
my
like,
rhymes.
man, I'm feeling so blessed. I woke up this morning, I didn't have a lot, but man, I could have had less. I'm about to spaz on him. God's so good, I had to brag on him. Ha ha! Yeah, you already know, right? I got to come out positive all the time, right? Because that's what we do. We perpetuate positivity. So let's get it started. My name is Pablo Rivera, and this is Make It Happen Mondays. Ha ha! Yo, so check this out. Today is day number 254. It's the 254th day of the year, right? That means we got 111 days left. Now listen, I've been going through it myself, right? Pause. Let me bring that back one more sentence. This is the day that the Lord has made, and I have decided to rejoice and be glad in it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way we do, right? So now, like I was saying, I got caught up in it a little bit, man. I've been trying to do this perpetuate positivity, and no, it ain't a professional thing, you know what I mean? But I like doing it, you know what I mean? Because one, my kids get to see me do it. They get to hear it. I got my kids walking around be like, my name is, watch me make it happen. You know what I'm saying? And they do it when they accomplish something, you know what I mean? So that right there, if nothing else, if this goes no farther, I'm happy with that right there, right? But then I got some friends who knew me forever, and they know that I be doing this watch me make it happen, and they listen in and all that other stuff, right? Now, the cool thing is friends of friends started listening, and other people who I don't even know. I think I had somebody from like Uruguay or something like that. I was looking at some of the followers, and I can't see everyone because some of y'all got it blocked or whatever, which is cool. Follow along anyway, you know what I'm saying? But it's making me feel good. Now, I got caught up in it because, you know what I'm saying, technical difficulties and all that. And at first, I wasn't even going to mention it. I was just going to keep driving on, right? But I'm like, you know what? This is what it's about. It's about being real. So many people post all the good things that they do, and they don't even acknowledge any of the warts that they got, right? Not physical warts, but you know what I'm saying? Things that they go through. You know what I mean? So me, in trying to be, I don't even like the word transparency because I think that's one of them catchphrases that they got out there right now. But to go ahead with that in full transparency, I want y'all to know the difficulties that I'm going through. You know what I'm saying? Because as this manifests and develops into whatever it's going to develop into, I want y'all to be able to know that we've been real right from day one, right? So today, I intend on being a little bit quick with you so that we can get you in, get you out, right? And then you can take that positivity, motivation, or whatever it is, the lessons that you learned today, and carry it with you for the rest of the week, right? What I'm about to do is I'm going to tell you about maybe 3 or 4 characteristics of a high EQ, right? But first, we need to talk about what that even is. You know what I'm saying? So we already know what an IQ is, right? Intelligent quotient, right? I'm not going to get any farther into that except for to say that it measures your level of intelligence, right? Based on standardized tests or whatever they do, okay? So you get this IQ, and people who got a high IQ, everybody's like, oh, they super smart. All right, cool. Good job. Thank you for being smart. Let's move on. Now we're talking about the emotional quotient, right? EQ. We're talking about, are you in line? Are you in tune with your emotions? And are you connecting with other people on their emotional plane, right? At their level. You see what I'm saying? So many people are like, hey, they expect you to just operate at their level, both intelligent and emotional. And both of those are mistakes, right? But what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the emotional quotient, right? What do I talk about their level and emotional quotient? Well, again, I'll back up and I'll tell you either intellectual or emotional, whichever one it is, right? And meeting them at their level, right? If you're not meeting somebody at their level, I find that it's going to be a very difficult way to be able to communicate whatever it is you're trying to communicate, whether you're trying to get something from them or you're trying to give something to them, right? Either way, it's going to be real difficult to communicate. Me, as an instructor, as a lifelong learner and instructor, right? If the person who I'm teaching, or if the person who I'm instructing, or the person who I'm training is not picking up what it is that I'm telling them, it ain't their fault, right? I mean, again, assuming that both of us are coming with the intent, me to teach them to learn, and it's not working, it is not the fault of the learner. You see what I'm saying? It's the fault of the instructor. So what I got to do is I got to dig into my communication toolbox, right? And be able to find another way to convey the same message in a different way, package it up a little different so that the receiver can then receive it, right? So how are we going to do that? How are we going to meet people emotionally at their level, right? So that we can go ahead and either pull them out of that and get them into a positive state, right? Or be able to understand where they are, because sometimes it makes sense to be able to live in that not so positive emotion, right? For the benefit that comes from it, right? Again, so characteristics of a high EQ, right? If I am not recognizing your emotional state and I'm driving forward in a certain way, that makes me less effective of a leader. That makes me less effective as a friend, right? That makes me less effective as a parent, as a husband, as a whatever, you know what I'm saying? That makes me less effective as a boss. That makes me less effective. I need to understand, or at least be familiar with, the emotional state of everyone who's around me. You know what I'm saying? And then me, who likes to perpetuate positivity, I want to get people in a positive state, right? All right. So the first one, clear communication. That's exactly what I started to jump off at, right? Was the clear communication. Is you got so many people, right? My wife, God bless her, she don't like to say no to the kids, right? So she'll give you every reason why it is that it's a no. Now, I understand that. That really is clear communication, right? But know your audience, right? The kids are going to be like, yeah, but, or they're just going to come right at you. So you saying no, right? Again, they don't even realize it, but they looking for the clear communication as well, right? And obviously, listen, my wife, she knows what she's doing. She'll give you a no real quick. But, you know, she's trying to, again, be emotionally at their level, right? So clear communication, know your audience, and then communicate with them thusly. You know what I'm saying? My wife, she goes the way of being able to explain it all first, right? Because she's trying to meet them emotionally where they're at. But sometimes you just got to be like, no. And either one of those is clear communication. It just depends on who your audience is, right? Some people may require, it may warrant, a deeper explanation, right? But that's where you want to be. You want to be able to clearly articulate your thoughts, right? And express to them the value of hearing what it is that you say. And then you want to show them the value of active listening when they respond back to whatever it is that you're going to say, right? So that's cool. The second one, that's all right up my alley. That's right up your alley, right? If you listen in this video, it's right up all of our alleys, right? And that's positivity. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times when I talk to people and I tell them I'll be perpetuating positivity, they go, oh, you're about positivity, but I'm a realist, right? And I'm like, yo, you can be both, because really the positivity is going to come off the value that you give whatever it is that just happened, right? So sometimes you can sit here and you can experience something. You can be like, oh, this is whack because, and you're only focusing on the negative, right? We talked about it before in a different Make It Happen Monday where we were like, you got to find the good, right? And you practice that by finding the good and pointing out the good even when things are going well, right? So that when they go bad, you can still find the positivity of it, right? There's this dude who he was talking about. They're like, yeah, well, what if I lose my job? How is that possibly good, right? Again, it's the way you look at it. It's the positive outlook. It's that positive mindset in which you are looking at whatever the situation is or whatever it is that just happened to you, right? You might be saying, dang, I lost my job. Oh, how am I going to make money? I can't do this. I can't do that, right? Or you can say, man, this is a great opportunity because I was getting comfortable in this job. And now I can go ahead and expand my horizons and find another job. Now, I understand it's going to take more work. You know what I'm saying? I get that. But again, if you're part of watching Make It Happen, we ain't scared of hard work. We ain't scared of smart work, right? Work smarter, not harder. Sometimes it takes a little bit of both, right? So positivity, understand Romans 8:28, all things in life happen to the benefit of he who believes in the Lord or in God. And I might have messed that up, but you understand what I'm saying? Everything in your life, the good, the bad, the ugly that you have that you defined it as, is all going to work into your favor in the future. If it's not already, sometimes you just don't necessarily see it, right? Cool. We got clear communication and positivity. The third one, reliability. You need to be reliable because it don't matter how clear you speak. It don't matter how positive your message is. If you're not reliable, if you don't sit here and you don't meet your deadlines, if you're not precise with what it is that you're talking about, people ain't just, they ain't gonna feel you, right? All your communication, man, this dude sounds good. This dude sounds good, right? I tell my son all the time, there's two types of people in this world. Those who talk about what they're gonna do and those who do it, right? I don't want to be the one that talk about it. I want to be the one to do it, right? Now, if I talk about it afterwards to share my message, great. But I don't want to be sitting here saying, oh, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. Look, my goal, my intent really was to get a Make It Happen Monday out every week, right? And technological difficulties, I ain't going to say for reasons beyond my control because I could have foresaw it. I could have horizon scanned a little bit better, right? And that's the reason why we're trying to make it a little bit more professional with these hoodies and all that stuff like that, right? So we can go ahead and move forward. So reliability, accountability. if indeed, this is what I'm doing right now too, about telling you I didn't make it happen Mondays every week, right? I do have some in the hopper, you know what I'm saying? I got some saved, but we couldn't pull them out of there until we fixed all these things. So you might get a couple in a week here and there, you know what I mean? Just so I can put them out there. But admittedly, it didn't happen at the time frame or at the pace that I necessarily wanted it to happen, right? So we're going to keep doing that. Accountability. What did I do? I'm taking ownership of what it is that happened. I took some mental and some written notes on some lessons learned, right? And the goal is to make that better moving forward, and then we can do it. I'm telling you, if you follow these videos, you'll see the progression. You can even look at the first ones that I did about a year ago, and you're going to see how they better now, right? And how we're moving forward from there. So again, rock with us. We're going to keep going, but be accountable, right? Have clear communications, be positive, be reliable, and be accountable for what it is that you do, right? So listen, what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me give you one more just for good measure. This one right here, I had a boss tell me this when I think I was like 18, 19 years old. And he was like, Pablo, I want you to trust me, right? And I looked at him like, man, you better get out of here. Again, you're talking 18 to 21-year-old Pablo is not the power today. Today's prices are not yesterday's prices. You know what I mean? Today's people are not necessarily yesterday's people, right? They just have matured, developed, they moved themselves along, and they've become a better who they are, right? Hopefully it was better, right? But they still themselves. I'm still me, right? I just know how to be able to control myself and temper my emotions a little bit more. But this last one was trustworthiness. He said, Pablo, I need you to trust me. If you don't trust me, we ain't going nowhere. And I was like, man, listen, what do I need to trust you for? You need to give me, I was working in the stockroom at the time. You need to give me the list of things you want out the truck. You want to tell me what it is you want to open up and where you want it on the floor, and I'll get it there with me and my crew, right? Ain't no trust involved there. You know what I mean? I don't think you're going to lie to me about what needs to be out on the sales floor. It's ultimately your responsibility, and you're going to be held accountable for, right? I didn't understand it. I think I even told him, I was like, yo, man, I trust you with, they call it planograms, right? The way you set up and merchandise the stuff on the floor. I'd be like, I trust you're going to give me the right planogram, but I don't trust you with my daughter. And the funny thing was, I didn't even have a daughter at the time. I wasn't married. There was no possibilities of me having a daughter at that time. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, I wouldn't trust you with my daughter because, again, there's levels to this, right? I'll trust you to give me the correct document, but I ain't going to trust you alone with my daughter. You know what I mean? Not that he was a bad dude, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know him like that. And to me, at that time, that's what trust was. However, there's trust in every relationship, you know what I'm saying? In every relationship you have, there's a certain level of trust. And if you want to be a good leader, a good follower, a better spouse, a better husband, a better friend, a better son, a better brother, you got to be able to increase your emotional quotient, your EQ. And if you're not a trustworthy person, it don't matter if you're accountable. It don't matter if you're reliable. It don't matter if you're positive or you have clear communication, right? If people don't trust you, all of your positive intentions will fall by the wayside. You see what I'm saying? Listen, those are 5 characteristics of a high EQ. If you got them, great. Continue to work them and make them better. If you don't got them, let's start generating them and cultivating them, right? It's not easy. It's not an easy thing. And I'm telling you right now, if you're in the middle of it, it's going to be very difficult. Let me not say you cannot. It's going to be very difficult to look at a difficult situation or a trying situation or an instance that's testing you and be able to find the positive out of it. Backwards looking, yeah, you'll be able to see the positive in it, right? But the goal is to be in it and to be able to control your mind, your body, your spirit, and be able to look at whatever situation you're in as a positive and be able to benefit from that, right? All right, that's it. I gave you them 5 points, right? I'm hoping that this motivated you. I'm hoping that this inspired you. If you know somebody who this message might help out, right? You know what I'm saying? Copy the link and share it with them, whatever, right? Do whatever it is you're going to do to be able to perpetuate positivity. Me, I'm hoping that I'm giving these nuggets that are going to help benefit you guys and make your lives a whole lot better, right? It's about being real, but also about being positive. You know what I'm saying? I mentioned it earlier, is that I'm a different me, but I still am very much the same me. If you knew me from before, you're going to be like, yeah, that's that same piece of clay. Well, today I'm the same piece of clay. I'm just shaped a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? So here's to shaping ourselves into a better us for tomorrow, right? Until next time, I want y'all to stay motivated. I want y'all to stay positive. And remember, my name is Pablo Rivera, and this is Make It Happen Monday.
My shoulders when I'm in motion, I'm focused, thoroughly thought of my plans and the execution, you notice. Ain't no time to think about it, only time to react. Your intuition under pressure, weighing down on your back. I scribble thoughts in my palm, I see you when I get home. Organize my inner visions while I'm chilling and calm. A politician's mind state, that means I'm nice with my speech. Plus I beat the government